Where are my Ugg doctors at?
New York really changed me.
Okay, here we go. Here's the thing. The middle finger has been watered down over time.
She said, muy grande. And I said, muy alto. And she goes, you knew. I was like, I'm more than just big. Okay? I'm tall.
All right, welcome.
Welcome.
There, I did it this time.
I kind of already did.
Yeah, well, that part's getting cut out.
Okay, fine.
That's going to Loserville, USA.
I live there.
No, you don't live there, because that would also mean I live there, and I cannot let that happen.
We live together, so.
So you're taking me to Loserville with you?
I wish that was alcohol.
Why? You can drink.
We don't have any alcohol here.
There's literally tequila in the freezer.
It's too far.
So you're bogus. Episode 14, we're back, and what have we done? So this week has been unproductive.
This has been kind of a flush down the toilet week for us.
You know, we're living in the shadow of Mexico.
It's now turning into a couple days having to reacclimate. Is that right?
Sure.
To get back into the swing of things, and man, I'm just...
You know what doesn't help is doing stuff during the week. Would you like to talk about what we did?
Well, we truly don't do a lot of stuff during the week. We are truly
Never.
Monday through Thursday. We don't do stuff except for like if we go like work out or whatever.
But man, we crush it on the weekend.
But Tuesday we had a dinner. And I'm talking just dinner. I'm not talking like going out. Like even if we have to go out to dinner with anyone, it could be a family, friends, it throws us all the way off. And then we went to a show. It was incredible.
What was the show?
It was a show. I think it was called like Metal Sex Circus or something like that. Put on by Little Miss Nasty. Follow them on Instagram. Am I allowed to do that?
Sure.
It's the closest that I could describe it to is like metal, very provocative burlesque. More provocative than an actual burlesque show. Well, I guess, I don't know. It's just a different kind of provocative.
It's like metal.
Bondage, chains.
Blood.
Witches. Occult.
Monkey bars.
Gas masks.
Lasers.
Someone was crumping. I found her on Instagram.
Oh my God,
incredible.
she was crumping.
Yeah. I liked her the most.
Is that the whole thing? Yeah, she was the best one.
Totally.
She was also the main one.
I found her Instagram. She seems the most kind of down. I don't want to say down to earth, but like.
How can you gather that from just a quick glance at an Instagram?
Well, because I went through all the other girls' Instagram.
If you saw something on Instagram that, like, what would make someone not down to earth?
Well, I'm not saying not
like,
down
what
to
would
earth.
be
It's just like the rest of the girls seem very like influencer, like very like curated Instagram posts, and hers were more of like different, like how she dances, different kind of dances, like very wholesome, like posts about her life and like stuff like that, rather than like an Instagram, like an influencer type page.
Look at this meal I'm having.
The other girls were amazing dancers too. Everyone, it was such a good show. I had like 7 beers or something like that, which is 7 more than I normally let myself have on a weekday.
You went back to back midweek buzz, and that is not something that you are accustomed to.
Yeah, I had a headache on Tuesday. Kind of, it wasn't too bad because we had sake, and shout out KB. I will always drink sake with you at sushi. I love you so much because it is a thing that we do.
No, continue.
I had a little bit of a headache. Fine, I'll say it. Wednesday night, I had 6 beers. And then peanut butter shots. 2 of them.
You had 2 peanut butter shots, like 6 beers. Didn't you have a cocktail at...
No, I didn't get a cocktail.
Regardless.
Beers.
It makes for a sad day on Thursday.
And then the show was great. I think it ended probably closer to like 11:30 or 12. We had to leave late or early. But it was fun and we had a great time.
You're not built for a late night evening.
No, a
midweek late night.
I wasn't the most hungover I've ever been at work by a long shot. I had a headache and I kind of felt like dude, but
still, regardless, it was a bad time.
I feel so puffy and inflamed from just eating.
Puff Daddy.
Fucking puff mommy, dude. I'm fucking swollen. I need like a water pill. I need to like detox.
What's a water pill?
It's a diuretic. It helps get like the water, like when the papas have the swollen ankles, or like edema, they take a water pill to help pee and get more fluid out of you.
So it just boosts your piss?
It boosts the way that you get water out of your body. So yes, it boosts the piss.
I need what's the opposite of that?
There are pills that make you go less. I think Flomax is one of them. That's more of
Flomax?
Tamsulosin, I think it's more of a prostate thing.
Okay, now we're getting too medical for this. Yeah, shout out to Little Miss Nasty because that was
incredible.
Quite the show.
Incredible.
That was a fun time for all adults alike. And I wish they had a bigger stage though.
They played the Viper Room in LA, which I've heard is like a very like classic LA venue. And then they're playing at Area 15 in Vegas tonight, which I'm so jealous because that sounds like such a good show. The holding company was fine. They definitely need a bigger stage.
A raised stage.
Also,
because you couldn't see over anyone.
Yeah, you couldn't see the floor work, but also fucking good on them for being able to do all of that shit on that small of a stage. They are all 5'4". They look very small, but at the same time, that is hard to do on a small stage.
Well, they are very talented women.
They were incredible.
They're incredible.
And I love that you go to weird, sexy shows with me.
What else would I have done?
I mean, I don't know.
That's way better than sitting at home and watching TV.
I sometimes get looks from my friends that I bring you to stuff like that.
Why?
Like they think that like, oh, aren't you worried
that I'm gonna have sex with one of the performers,
or that I don't know that it's like too like they don't they wouldn't want their boyfriend seeing girls dancing in that way.
First and foremost, those are women. They're not property. They can make their own decisions.
There he goes.
Obviously, not for me. Secondly, you can appreciate without being weird and objectifying.
There it is. You heard it here first, folks.
Shout out to that.
Yeah. And also, ladies, let your men, partners, whatever, come to weird, sexy girl shows with you.
Yeah, dude.
Let them see some titties with you.
Yeah.
It's not cheating. And they're just because they're looking at another gorgeous person doesn't mean they think anything less of you. Maybe. I don't know. But I love that you come to weird shows with me. So thank you.
I can think of no better way to spend a Wednesday evening than to go to a goth metal burlesque show in the heart of OB.
No matter where you live, I'm sure there's a...
Wait, did we see a dead guy on the way out? Was that guy dead?
Oh, he was on the ground. I'm not sure. Who knows?
Rip to that guy, obviously.
Yeah.
I'll look out for an obitch, but...
OB is wild, man.
It's funny because it's every single night of the week. There is no night of the week where it is not wild.
Yeah.
Every single night, you will find something is happening.
Yeah.
I don't understand how it's possible.
Because it's like an island. It is truly like an island. It is so unique. And they're like trying to make it like our Uber driver just goes, man, this town is yuppie now.
I know.
And they're trying to make it yuppie, but I don't think you can get the hippies and
their roots are too deep.
Actual transient people that just kind of come in and out of OB, live on the beach, tightrope walk,
smoke pot, and roam the streets.
Sell sage.
We saw that for sure. There's a guy with a crate full of sage just cruising down the street.
Yeah, you walk out of the bar and there's somebody selling crystals off of the back of their bike. It's fine. It's great.
Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah, their their farmers market is more of a street fair. And the people just, walk up and down, no shoes, brown bag in it.
It's like a weekend night every night there.
Yeah. I do love OB, but it is I also just came from there, and it took me for fucking ever to get home.
Wow. Well, there's one way in, one way out.
I tried to beat the traffic, and
It doesn't work like that, sister.
I tried to go up Washington.
Nah.
Gridlock the entire way on that street. You know when it's one of those
Gridlock.
long streets and the light in front of you is green, but the thing is the light in front of that one is red, and there's so many cars, and then by the time the other cars go, your light turns fucking red. Oh, it's so infuriating. It doesn't make any sense. It is 2023. They need to figure out a better light system. Why are they not synced? Sync them up. The intersections are also this big. So small. 4 cars. That's all that you can fit sometimes. And then buses. Don't get me started.
Okay.
I'm done.
Let's reel it in.
Hold on.
You made it home, though.
I sure did.
Not too long. That didn't take you too long.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That wasn't a compliment.
Made me feel better.
Yeah, that wasn't a compliment to your driving. That was that was more of just a statement as to things that were true. Can I ask you a question? I was online today, and I was listening to podcasts, watching podcasts, doing that whole thing. I had this thought that came across my head, and I want to know how messed up it is. Basically, it's really high intellectual jobs. I don't trust you if you're good looking in that position.
That's fucked up.
That's problematic? Like if you're like a hot doctor,
I think that's problematic.
Is it?
People can be pretty and smart.
I understand those two things aren't mutually exclusive, but man, I was watching this podcast today, and it was this doctor talking, and he was like very good looking, and he was spitting out all these facts, and I was like, I don't know if I trust you.
Was it Huberman?
No, it wasn't. Okay, relax.
He's hot.
I would say he's unconventionally though. He's not like, this guy was like nice coiffed hair, like stubble, like tan. And I was like, what?
Was he a plastic surgeon?
No.
Fine. There's not a ton of not good looking plastic surgeons.
What do you mean?
They all look good.
Well, it's the nature of their business.
I don't know. We've had some hot doctors.
No, you have like 70-year-old doctors.
Physician's assistants and nurse practitioners are scientifically always good looking. I don't know what the deal is.
I think where my head is at is like, you're clearly very worried about how you look.
Maybe
I need you to worry about how I'm supposed to be.
I think first of all, maybe they just hit the genetic jackpot and they're just
naturally good looking.
Sounds like coiff doctor is naturally just has good bone structure and nice hair.
Listen.
And I'm sure he does other stuff.
It doesn't stop at doctors. It doesn't stop at doctors.
They got the dough for it.
If I see a hot pilot walk on the plane, problems.
No.
Because you're
the hot pilot.
Different though.
Effortlessly hot.
Oh man, something bugs me about it. I have
you want an Uggo.
Here's the thing. If I have an Uggo, I can't say Uggo. That's a terrible term.
That's mean.
If I have someone that's not good looking, then I know for sure they were working on their craft instead of looking in a mirror.
I think that's fucked up.
Is that fucked up?
It's kind of fucked up.
Okay, well, regardless.
Listen.
Where are my doctors at?
They're out there.
Where are my ugly pilots at?
Well, now we're getting into it like the younger, like people that are our age that are now becoming doctors. Because, I mean, older doctors are technically, I'm not sure if it's everywhere, but like our doctors are forced to retire at 75.
Good. That's good.
It's good and it's bad.
Your brain deteriorates, bro.
How old is our president and all of the presidents?
Okay, now we're going to get into some deep stuff, but Okay, the reason that doctors should retire at 75 years old is because there's new methods.
Okay.
Right? So they're used to doing things one way. There's new methods coming in for the younger generations. The things that they do might be outdated.
Okay. I could see where you would think that.
Is that not true?
Well, because I work with doctors that are 75 and I work with doctors that are 32. And I guess what we do, not a ton of stuff changes because it's pretty basic, but not basic, but you know what I mean? There's definitely more like the old school doctors. They don't like change.
That's what I'm saying.
And they don't like to update
They're new
things.
And with technology going as fast as it is, you need someone there that's going to be embracing all the new stuff.
Yeah. But it's funny because a lot of people are like, I would prefer somebody with a lot of experience that's been doing this for a really long time that does the tried and true stuff rather than tries all these new things. Because sometimes these younger doctors be trying those new things. And guess what? None of it's fucking covered by insurance. So.
Well, we need the old insurance people to die as well.
Yeah, our generation just needs to
or just retire.
Get in there.
We do need to get in there. But yeah, I think as you get older, you gotta just let everyone else take over.
They don't want to.
They don't want to.
They don't want to.
Same thing with driving. Just let it go.
That's really hard.
Just let it go.
You gotta be empathetic to those older people that have to stop driving. Because when somebody takes your driver's license away, you lose all your independence, and you gotta feel for them.
I do feel for him, but also you're going 40 on the freeway.
I know it's not safe. It's definitely not safe, but it is.
Bro.
And sometimes it's the right thing to do. One of my papas this week, he was so sad. He's like 86, 87. He's a retired dentist. He's so sweet. He has Parkinson's, and the other day, he goes, I think I need to stop driving. I almost hit a pole in my garage. But he goes, my sandals are pretty slippery, so I think it could have been my sandals. I might be having an off day. And I was like, well.
Okay, well, he needs to be off the road.
I said, you do what you need to do to be safe and make sure everyone else is safe. But he was so sad.
A couple things on the topic of driving.
Oh.
That I've noticed on my morning walks.
Okay.
First things first. This may be hack. This may be cliche. But I need to understand what goes through someone's mind when they put a baby on board sticker on the back of their car. What do they think they're doing?
I don't know. Maybe alert people. That's why they could be going a little bit slower. If they have a kid in their car, sometimes.
Okay, well, that is actually a pretty good reason that I didn't think of. So good job on that. Case closed.
If they, maybe don't ride that car's ass in traffic or something. I don't know. That's my assumption.
Yeah. The other thing is the car horn is becoming so much more offensive as we progress through time. People get so much more aggravated. I watched this dude. He was like, he took forever to stop sign. Someone honked at him. He went halfway into the intersection, stopped, put his head out of the car window to look back at the person and screamed at them.
That's petty as hell.
That's petty as hell.
I'm into that.
It's literally a noise.
Do
people take it so personally when you honk at them?
I actually saw something today. It was a funny tweet and it made me laugh so hard. And it's like, we need 2 car horns, one for regular and then one for just like very like a gentle reminder that the light is green, like beep beep bestie, time to drive. And I laughed so hard because it's so like I do this like I just like very lightly tap because I don't want them to like get scared.
Exactly.
Because sometimes we all do it where we looked at it on our phone or something, the light just happens to turn green, and then somebody lays on their fucking horn, and then
it's far too aggressive in that case.
People honk aggressively sometimes, but you know what I've really found to be my favorite thing to do to people? Just give them one big solid thumbs down.
Oh yeah, I'm a big proponent of the thumbs down.
Because the flipping people off it makes me more mad because I know they're going to react very madly.
Here's the thing. The middle finger has been watered down over time. I feel like back 50s, 60s, 70s, you gave someone a solid middle finger, you meant like oh, this dude's ready to fight. Now I'll just do it to like my friends and my coworkers and be like, hey, what's up, bro? Exactly. It's lost its sharp meaning.
I don't know. I feel like on the road, because I drive so much and I see people flipping each other off and people get so mad.
Exactly.
Also, California drivers, and I can say this as a born and raised Californian, as someone who has commuted for so much of their life, California drivers are so offended by everything. We're entitled, we're soft, and we're offensive.
You didn't need to come from me like that.
And we're offended. I am one of them.
Just at me.
New York really changed me.
Okay, here we go. You can't look off into the distance with your hand on your chest like a fucking romance movie of the 80s.
I love it there, and I may have gotten I don't know if this is how it always is. I don't know if this was just all of the things we experienced, but people, you honk, you could tell someone to go f their mother and they'll drive around you, move on, not even think about it the rest of the day. And here, you tell someone to go fuck themselves, you flip them off or honk their horn, and you'll think about it the whole rest of the day. They'll follow you home. People here are just very...
they big time do that.
And Alex used to say that people in California are soft. And when we went there, I was like, I fucking get it, dude. We are.
We're soft. That's very true what you said about New York. They have like a thick skin.
Yeah.
Where it's like you could tell them whatever and they just like keep walking.
Yeah.
Still happy as can be.
Yeah. They'll yell at you. They'll probably flip you off. They'll probably do whatever. And then they'll move on. They just move on. Do you know what else I loved about that place? Just one more thing.
What?
No, I have like a weird social anxiety when I'm out walking, and I don't like to make eye contact. I feel bad walking around someone because I walk so fast.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel guilty for I don't want to make them feel like they're walking too slow.
Mm-hmm.
And I smile at every single person I could smile at, even if I don't want to, because I hate when people tell me to smile. And in New York, nobody fucking looks at each other. Nobody is smiling. It's amazing. Nobody's smiling. Nobody's cares a fuck if you're walking around them, walking through them, walking by them.
Well, that also does not foster a sense of community.
I'm just saying, I really thought it was great because nobody feels like, you need to smile and greet and apologize to everyone for just walking on the sidewalk.
I will say, the expectation and like them expecting you to say hello, that like expectation being gone is nice.
It's great.
But also you gotta have people around you. It's better for your overall mental well-being if you talk to people.
Yeah, I talk to enough people.
No, you talk to coworkers and that doesn't count.
I talk to papas and nanas.
That's at work.
Yeah, they're cute though.
You need a sense of friendship and community with the people around you.
I really hate talking to people in public.
What happens if we need to borrow some sugar?
Are you going to go up there? You're not going to any of these places.
No, you're right. But maybe I want to.
I hate talking to people in public. I hate when people come up to me and try to have conversations with me.
You are not good under the pressure of a conversation.
I hate small talk.
You love small talk.
With like my friends and people I want to chat with, but I like just chatting with somebody just to talk. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't want any of that.
Yeah, I will say small talk in all of its facets are terrible. Small talk altogether is the worst. I would prefer to just know your deepest, darkest secrets just out the gate so we can become friends and we can move on.
Give me something I can relate to. A little bit of trauma or something. I don't know. But sometimes,
beautiful weather, isn't it?
Like the Uber rides, I don't mind talking a little bit. But
I don't talk in Ubers.
Sometimes they just get so personal, and I'll do that same thing. I think it was last week. I was like, I'll just lie and say, like,
that's my favorite thing to do.
What do you do for work? Nothing. What kind of? Some guy asked me, what kind of music do you like? I was like, I don't know, dude. I'm going to sushi right now.
My biggest thing that I like to do is I like to lie about what I do. Basically, if I'm on an airplane and you see me, you're not getting any bit of the truth. You're getting 100% lie. People ask me what I do. Sometimes I'll say, I can't even remember. I'll go up and down the spectrum of seriousness.
Yeah. It's sometimes
you can be whoever
easier.
you want. It's not really a lie if you think about it like that.
It's just not the truth.
Well, that's a lie.
Well, right now, a lot of people that like coworkers and stuff that follow me and saw my latest Instagram post all think that I am a DJ.
Why?
I don't know, but I don't have the time to correct them.
So you just let them think you're a DJ?
I'm pretty sure they all think I just am a DJ.
If you were, why would you be working there if you were a DJ?
Probably wouldn't make that much money as a DJ.
Okay, out the gate, maybe you probably wouldn't make that much money.
So,
but if they're only seeing your Instagram stories, they see you in like wild ass places. So you would be at least a mid-level DJ.
Sure. I've never posted any pictures of me behind a CDJ or anything ever in my life.
What would be your DJ name if you had to pick right now?
Probably Lars.
Yeah.
Or Largo.
Largo would be super hard.
Yeah. Largo or Lars.
Dude.
For sure.
That is such a good name.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lars Beats or something? I don't know.
No, you ruined it. You've ruined what you had going for you.
Can I have a Z at least?
No, you should be Largo.
Largo.
Largo would be great.
Is that large in some kind of other language?
In Spanish.
That was grande. That's big.
Well, Largo is also big.
Oh. But I'm big.
Yeah.
It fits the bill.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll do it.
That's why I call you Largo Robbie. Big girl.
What is tall in Spanish again?
Alto.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to go live with my people.
I still love when I was at the little Mexican bakery and the little abuela called me grande instead of alto.
Yeah.
And she said muy grande, and I said muy alto, and she goes, you knew. I was like, I'm more than just big. Okay, I'm tall. Okay.
That's funny. You had to correct the little Nana.
I think she just didn't think that I would know what it meant. What did Joey do on Full House?
I can't watch that show.
Is it the whole show or just the opening?
The opening put me off.
Yeah.
I have deep-seated trauma, apparently, so I don't know what happened.
That's okay.
Just thinking about it is sending me.
Don't do that. Come back.
I can't listen.
Reel it in.
I can't listen to the intro song of Full House.
That's okay.
Without spiraling.
Everyone has their thing.
Do they?
Yeah.
What's yours?
Mine are a little bit more not. I don't really think I can say them on television.
You lock yours real nice and deep, like,
Yeah,
and you don't
I'm really
bring them up.
Searching for it. I know there's something.
Nah, don't bring it up because I don't have all weekend to reel you back in.
Well, we know I can't take a without getting sent down a fucking gutter. So
You have like PTSD.
P.
I don't know what else.
Do. I had that little. Is that John Cena? I had that stuck in my head all fucking day today.
Why is it making you angry?
I don't know, because I just kept doing that sound over and over again in my head. And then when I try to make the sound out loud, it's never right. Do. Is that right? I don't know.
It's not right. Well, that...
Are we going to go to our high school reunion? Are we going to get one?
our 10-year happened during COVID.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do another one.
No, I don't think we're going to get another one.
I would go.
Why?
I don't know. Why not?
Let's break this down because I've thought about this a lot. I've thought about this a whole lot. The only reason to go would be to because you either A, think you're doing way better than everyone else and you want to flex, or B, you're nosy and you give a shit about what everyone else is doing.
I think it's a little bit of B, more so, because obviously I'm not really doing like a ton. But I would just like to see where...
You're just nosy and you want to see what everyone else is doing.
I'm curious. I really don't... I mean, I didn't give a fuck about what they thought about me in high school. I definitely don't give a fuck about what they think about me now.
You just like the gossip of it. You want to be able to come home and be like, oh my God, did you see what this person's doing?
I just know that it's probably going to be at least free beer and wine, and there's definitely going to be free food.
Yeah.
And it's going to be here in San Diego. And I'm 100% just want to see where people are. And I just want a little bit of people's expectations to be like, oh my God, she's not dead. You know?
Well, that goes back to the A part. You want to flex a little bit. Be like, look who's not in a gutter somewhere.
Yeah. I feel like because when we started dating, everyone was like, what the fuck is this girl doing here?
Yeah.
Where did you come from? And I was like, yeah, I'm back, bitches.
Yeah.
I'm wearing regular shoes.
You rose from the ashes.
Sure did. But I would really, I mean, we still see so many people we went to high school with. Well, I guess like our little group of people, but
we see like 6 of them.
But not
our
like
graduating class was like 800.
Not like the popular kids though.
Well, they're all pregnant or doing real estate.
They
now,
all
so.
have kids, I'm pretty sure.
Listen, everyone that all of the popular people are doing real estate,
or they're like project managers,
which I still don't know what that means.
It's a lot of work.
I do projects on my own. Does that make me a project manager?
No.
What is a project manager?
They manage like, you know, an entire project, but several teams within that project working on the project. They make agendas for everything. There's so much work to be. I'm assuming that's what they do. I looked into it a little bit to get like that certificate, and
so essentially you're just like you make a schedule.
You're like in charge of a project, and you're in charge of delegating.
That's a dumb
and
name.
Making sure all of the things get done in the thing while still doing your part of whatever thing that is.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I feel like it would be interesting to see them, just because, I mean, we did shit in high school that
we were both not good people in high school.
I mean, how any of us survived at this point, you know?
Dude, I think about that so frequently.
We really worked hard.
The amount of time I spent doing illegal activities and roaming the streets.
That Instagram reel of the girl sitting in the back seat with the smoke in her juicy purse.
That's you.
It is so funny because that is so, and I know so many girls that we just would just be in these boys' cars where we had absolutely no business
like
being in a
7
car.
7 years older than you.
With this man. And just a pack of Camels in our Juicy Couture purse.
Puffy jacket with the fur around the hood.
Yes. And our, you know.
Big sunglasses.
Whatever. And just sitting in these cars.
Drinking
smoking,
UV blue.
Drinking whatever.
Four Loko.
Out of a water bottle. That was a nice touch.
Yeah.
Yeah. With like the awful subwoofers. Just thinking like, I might die, but at least I'll be fucking cool.
At least I'm going out in a blaze of glory, bro.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
Yeah, the time that, yeah, it's wild that I never got arrested or that I never got in trouble.
Same.
Or that I'm alive.
Same.
That I never had any serious health complications.
Or got in a car accident. I mean, the reckless driving.
Well, I got in a lot of car accidents.
I mean, I crashed my car 3 times, but
I only crashed my car 1 time, but I've been in the car with people like 4 or 5 times in car wrecks.
I don't think I've ever been in the car with someone else when they wrecked.
Oh, wow. That was like my signature move.
But I drove around especially there was like this one guy that would drive us around, and he was the worst driver. He was insane. And we would just like sit in the back seat like, we're so cool. We're totally chill with all of this, but we might die.
Yeah.
And it was just like, how did we not? He almost flipped his car going around a corner at Spooks.
Well, that I never got to go there, but I heard it was sketchy.
It was either that or the beach or a parking lot.
And the beach had cops.
And the beach had cops.
So,
but the neighbors would call the cops, especially if we went there at night and there was headlights. They would call the cops.
Well, you shouldn't have done that.
I got caught a couple times. One of the times was my brother. We had a house party. And they found, what was it? I think there was like a trail of liquor that came out of like the bottom of a trash bag or something, and cigarette butts everywhere. And like 40 bottles, like people were throwing trash in the bushes and we didn't see it. And my mom cased the place. She looked. She found it.
If there's one person who's going to find the party, it's going to be your mom.
She was so. I mean, rightfully so. Of course, she would be mad. Can't even hate on that. But
if the house was cleaned up, who gives a shit?
I think the house was fine, but the backyard was not fine. We left it. There was like roaches. Oh, it's just like there's roaches around the jacuzzi.
You guys are idiots.
I don't remember.
I didn't throw big parties, but I definitely had a lot of instances where I had people over when my dad was gone. And guess what?
Would he leave overnight?
It didn't happen. See, here's the thing. I had the freedom to kind of go and do whatever I wanted to. So I never really had to do anything at my house. Yeah. I could just go. But there was a couple instances where he would go to people's houses and stay overnight or be out of something, doing something. And I would do my thing. But you got to be smart.
I had a strict 11 o'clock curfew. Unless I was obviously sleeping at one of my friend's house whose parents didn't care about them.
And then you just lied and you stayed out till whenever you wanted to.
Most of the time we had a friend's house whose mom didn't care what we did. Yeah. Which makes me kind of sad now as an adult because I feel bad for that person. But there was one situation where we both lied and said we were sleeping at each other's houses. And then we didn't have anywhere to go.
Oh, you're an idiot.
And so we literally had nowhere to go and we almost slept in a park. And we got in a fight in Filiberto's. And I punched a dude in the face. And then we went to go walk to a park because we didn't have anywhere to go. And we were just going to stay up until the sun came up. And then this girl came and picked us up and let us sleep on her couch. And then I had to leave and I started walking home. And then...
That's an idiot move.
It was across the street from Oakcrest. And I started walking home and she woke up because she heard me leave. And she's like, you cannot walk all the way home.
That's far as hell.
And she drove me home. And my mom knew that I hadn't slept. Because I was just like, we hadn't even really been drinking. We were just like, we're going to not go home.
There was one time where I came home from sleeping at someone's house at like 8 a.m. And I apologize, Father. But I walked in and obviously I hadn't slept. And we had been partaking in...
Party favors?
Activities. And I walked in and my eyes were all wide. Clearly hadn't slept. I walked in. My dad comments on it. And I was just like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then I went into my room and I slept for like 16 hours straight. Yeah. Oblivious.
But you weren't in high school then. Were you in high school?
Maybe.
I had to go to the country club that day. My grandma's country club.
Well, that's your penance for being a dumbass.
I was like shaking at the table.
Why does that happen to you so often?
It happens to me all the time.
Literally, it's both the universe doing it to you and also you doing it to yourself. Mm-hmm. Every time you're hungover or feeling bad or haven't slept or in a bad state, you always say like, okay, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do this. The first time you ever spent the night at my house, do you remember what happened? We were up until like 7 a.m., slept for maybe like half an hour or an hour, and then you had to go buy a new door.
I had to buy a door, and then the second time
with your mom,
I had to buy a car. No, I had to go buy the door because I punched a hole in my door. And then the second time I had to go car shopping, and my mom knew that time. I don't think I slept at all.
Jeez.
And I was like walking up and down the car place in Carlsbad. I was like. She's like, we're going to park here and we're going to walk. She knew I was fucked up.
Well, she wanted you to sweat out all the dumb stuff.
That I was 21 at that point.
So, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. So she was just kind of letting me suffer.
I remember you having to leave in the morning and I was like, Godspeed, sister, because that sucks.
Fucking stupid door.
Stupid door.
Don't punch holes in doors.
Don't punch holes in doors. That's the theme here is don't punch holes in doors.
It was just nice because my brother had a matching hole in his door and we both covered them with monster stickers to try to hide them from our mom.
You guys are human garbage.
Listen, we have anger problems.
Oh, really?
Anger outburst problems. It's very common.
We've already covered that on this program. We know you have anger outburst problems.
Have you ever punched a hole in a wall?
No.
Oh, you should try it. It's great.
I got in a fight one time and I told someone I punched a hole in the wall, but that's the closest I ever got to punching a hole in the wall.
Oh my God, I love punching holes in walls.
Yeah, because you're
It's only because I haven't accidentally hit a stud. One time I punched a hole so far through the wall, it almost went through the other side and I had just missed the stud.
You're always pissed.
It wasn't my wall.
Oh, yeah. You were one of those.
But
have you brought that up? Have you talked about your anger in your therapy?
I haven't told her about all the holes, but I did tell her that I have a very short temper and that I have a very explosive reaction to things. And I didn't get a lot of help. We didn't get to where I really wanted to go. I don't really know what I was expecting though, because I was like, I should probably tell you about, it's like a very overwhelming feeling that I get very embarrassed about because I
you go full Hulk
can't really help it when I get to that point. If I'm too far gone, she goes, well, have you tried breathing? I said, bitch. That's not what I said. But I was like, I try breathing and I try to calm myself down.
Yeah.
But it's just, sometimes you get that little, and you just want to let them have it. But
that happens to you all the time.
Yeah, I just want to punch everything.
You want to punch everything every single day.
Yeah. I almost got there today. I didn't.
Doing what? At work?
Yeah.
What do you do when you get angry at work?
Well, I was in a hurry. I was supposed to already have been gone. And I went to go drop a medication and they fucking moved the syringes. They moved them for no reason. And I was...
What a dumb thing to get mad about.
Well, I was in a hurry. There was an empty bottle of something in there.
Okay.
Which already pissed me off. And then I go to get the things with all the materials to draw up that medication that were normally right next to it. And they moved them to a different cabinet for no reason. And I said, oh, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. And that's all I said.
Well, at least you didn't punch a hole in your workplace wall.
No, I've broken a cabinet. I slammed it really hard and I broke it.
At least you haven't punched me. I feel like you've gotten close.
No, I don't punch people. I've never, well, that's not 100% true, but...
We know that's a lie.
They also deserve that, so...
You can't just say, you sound like one of them.
No, they deserve that.
Were they wearing something skimpy?
No.
Were they asking for it?
No, they cheated on me with someone on Craigslist. I fucking punched him. And then I stayed with them for another year, like a year and a half. So
they cheated on you with someone from Craigslist?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see a picture of the person they cheated on you with?
Yeah, I found like emails.
Were they good looking at least?
I feel like they weren't the same person in the photo.
So let me get this straight. You got cheated on from someone, from Craigslist. Mm-hmm. And then you stayed with that person for another year and a half.
Yeah, that was also like the second or third time they cheated on me.
How? Why?
Because they were fucking super manipulative and really had me in their clenches.
What if I'm manipulating you?
You're not.
How do you know?
Because I feel like I have the will to live and make my own life decisions.
That's what we're about in this country. Freedom.
Liberty. But yeah, we all make mistakes. But he deserved a little hit in the face. That was the only time. Yes. What? You?
Have I done anything where you wanted to hit me in the face?
No. I mean, not like at that caliber, no.
We got to test these waters. I'm going to try to get under your skin.
I wouldn't recommend that.
I want to, though.
Why?
I just want to see.
You can get under my skin, but not to the point where I want to hit you.
I'm trying to think of what I could do.
Lie. If you lie to me and you be sneaky and you cheat on me, I'll fucking... Well, that's not true. I won't hit you if you lie to me.
I am 6'8".
If you cheat on me, I'll hit you.
Ooh.
Or I'll break all your shit.
What shit? That's petty. You can't break shit.
Yes, I can.
Don't break shit.
Don't cheat on me.
Maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but if a person were to cheat on another person and that person destroyed their entire ability to make a living, that would
break all your computers.
Well, you said to break all your shit. I assume the only shit that I have that's worth anything is my cameras and my computers.
No, I'm not gonna break that stuff.
I don't have anything else. Break literally everything else that I have. I don't care.
Yeah, that's all I would do. I'd make a mess.
Our life is already a mess.
No, I don't think I would cheat on, or I wouldn't hit you if you cheated on me. I also wouldn't cheat on you, but I wouldn't hit you. I don't think.
Okay.
I think it would. I would think that point in my life, I was so mad and sad, and I knew that I wasn't gonna leave, and I was so distraught, and I hit him, and then it ended up not working out well for me doing that, and then.
Well, clearly.
We all make mistakes.
We've all had bad relationships.
Yeah, we've all been there.
We've all had bad relationships.
We let people treat us like shit sometimes, and then you grow up.
Well, I hate to say this, but I've treated some people badly.
That's okay. You learn from it.
I'm a better person now. I feel like I treat people nice.
I think so. I think you were going through some stuff in your early 20s, and
I think I figured it out.
Yeah.
At least a little bit.
I think you're at least trying to.
And that's all we can do. If there's one thing that we can end this on is prioritize bettering yourself every day.
That's a good thing to prioritize.
Even if it's the smallest thing in the world, if you end every day just a tiny bit better than you were the previous day, you're good.
And that could be easier said than done, but I think if you just a little, like you said, like a little, if you go for a walk, I've been going for a walk lately. That makes me feel better.
A little bit better. Since we started YouTube and we've had to deal with all the shitty comments, I make it a point every day to try to compliment 5 people.
That's nice. On YouTube?
Well, wherever I am. Wherever I am, I try to make it known that if I like something, I want people to know that I like it instead of commenting hatred on things that I don't like, which seems to be more prevalent online than anything else.
Well, that takes a certain kind of person too, because those trolls that's their entire life, and they're very sad.
Well, I know, and it took me a minute. It took me a bit to realize that it's not a happy person spewing hatred online. I saw a quote, and I have it written down on my phone because I love it so much. Is that you never say anything bad about someone when you are happy with yourself.
It's true.
And that is paraphrasing. It's a much more eloquent and nice quote, but essentially, I mean, it reigns true.
It's true. People that hate themselves and their situation, that's when they're going to just shit on everyone. If you hate your life, why would you be nice to other people when you could just take a big fat dump on everybody else's situation?
It's funny because the one thing that'll get you out of that mindset is positivity.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're in a shitty mindset, you're unhappy, you're depressed. All you want to spew is hatred, but if you be nice, it's infectious. It's very contagious.
And then people are nice to you back. But I think some of those people also really feed off of other really mean people. I think they like the community of being a piece of shit, and they like being a troll. And there's so many people out there that are fucking trolls. They've formed this
It's what I've been telling you for the past couple weeks. These people, they feed off the reaction, so do not give it to them.
Okay, first of all, he shouldn't have been playing that in his Uber, and he knows that.
Should we touch on that before we go? Okay. We got in an Uber leaving dinner the other day, and
had a nice dinner. We were in a nice mood.
Listen, I don't want to get political either side of the fence. But if you're an Uber driver, we got in an Uber, And this man was playing Fox News as loud as it would go and like watching Fox News. I don't care what side of the fence you fall on. The Uber is the safe space. Don't play that.
Don't play that. Especially that fucking
and
Republican Barbie.
And not only that, but they were like spewing something about like God and
natural law
and
comparing existing as a trans person to fucking murder.
Yeah.
How it's not a natural law, and the natural law is the law of God. So since I'm a professional, mature adult,
listen,
I wouldn't have been able to get through that Uber if you didn't tell me that I needed to be quiet.
Yeah, well, listen, like you said when we got home, we don't know why he was doing it. It could have been for a project, though not likely.
I think he was filming us.
But more likely, they just want a reaction and they want to have that angry discourse in the car. Which is why I said don't say anything.
I didn't.
Yeah, just
my facial expressions are going to do whatever they're going to do, and I'm so sorry. I just was like this. I was just mouth agape.
No, it was more than that.
I was moving a little bit.
You mouth what the F a lot. You
can't say something like this is the law, the natural law of the world is the law of God, to a world that doesn't believe in all the same God. She's such a cunt. I hate that woman. She knows who she is. Tommy Lauren, wretched bitch.
Well, this has been Coop Therapy.
Oh, it sure has. Hasn't it been hit, folks?
Do you want to give a PSA, or are you literally fired up right now?
I have a PSA for the people, everyone included. If you're seeing a lady on Instagram or in the wild and she's dressed scantily clad or doing something, I don't know. This is just an example, but like dancing, doing pole tricks on a beach. And you make comments such as, quote unquote, oh, I bet she doesn't want to be looked at, or something like that. If your name is Tim, Tyler, Brandon, whatever, you need to look inside of yourself and really think, does this girl care what I say? No. Do these people that are just living their lives give a fuck if you think that their titties are out too much? No. So keep your comments to yourself. Let them
I was going to say the overarching here is just keep your comments to yourself.
Keep your comments to yourself. Okay? They're not naked. They look great.
Or comment, but comment on things you like.
Yeah. And if it doesn't affect you, it doesn't affect you. And guess what? Chances are it probably fucking doesn't. So
exactly.
Just leave them alone. If you think their skirt is too short, then that's fine.
But what about the children?
The children are going to be put in beauty pageants and cheerleading competitions, and they're going to have to wear underwear for a costume.
And they're going to have 3 kids by 22.
And that's great. But, you walk out to a bar in a skirt consensually and you are asking for it. But you know what? They didn't dress up for you. They don't look good for you. And they don't give a fuck about you. So get over it and leave them alone. That's it. Love you guys.